it's Tanya from My Forking Life, and today we're in the kitchen and we are making granola in our air fryer. Yes, y'all, we are making crispy, crunchy, delicious granola in about 20 minutes in our air fryer. Now, traditionally, granola in the oven takes about 45 minutes to an hour. However, with our air fryer, we can have that granola done in about 20 minutes. Now, before we get started, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, please. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is gather our ingredients. For our granola, I am going to use some regular granola ingredients. I've got some old-fashioned oats as well as some seasonings, really just cinnamon, as well as a little bit of salt and some brown sugar. And then I've got some liquid that I want to add to my granola, which is going to be in the form of maple syrup and some kind of oil. I am using coconut oil today. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my rolled oats. I'm going to give myself a healthy 2 cups. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. And a healthy 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon. Work. Sprinkle that in. And 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt to let those flavors come alive. We're gonna just mix that until it's well combined. Now it's time for our liquid ingredients. So I am adding an oil. This is coconut oil. You can use whatever oil you want. I've used avocado. I wouldn't use olive oil. No, I use olive oil, but I wouldn't use extra virgin. Either way. I'm gonna grab some coconut oil. I'm adding a healthy, I'm adding 3 tablespoons to this recipe. Come on. And if you see coconut oil is in its, when it's not melted, it's in its like solid form, it will melt as soon as we add some heat to it. And 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. This is the one that needs to be refrigerated. So I guess the real stuff. That's what we call it, the real stuff and the not so real stuff. But this is good old real maple syrup. And I'm gonna give this a good stir until everything's incorporated. You just wanna make sure that all of your old-fashioned oats have some kind of liquid on it. And so it may be a little bit more difficult, or you may find it a little bit more difficult to stir with the coconut oil. But as you'll notice, the coconut is kind of basically melting into this mixture. And I'm just gonna continue mixing it until it's nice and sticky. So our granola mixture is nice and moistened, and what we're gonna do is go ahead and put that in our air fryer basket. So I'm gonna prep our air fryer basket by putting a piece of parchment paper in the bottom of it. This is just a piece of parchment paper that I kind of cut to fit in the bottom of my air fryer basket. They also sell parchment paper liners that are specifically sized for your size of air fryer. I just forgot to order some, so I'm just using parchment paper that I cut to fit the bottom of the basket. Why am I doing this? So that little pieces of granola don't fall into the bottom of this. Plus, we're going to stir this mixture about every 5 minutes, and it's easier to stir if there is something on the bottom. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put this granola in the basket. And just spread it out as much as you can across the bottom. We're gonna cook this granola on 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes, but we are gonna stir that granola for every 5 minutes so that the pieces on the bottom can also get a little bit of heat as well. All right, I'll see you, in 15 minutes, but don't forget to stir every 5 minutes. All right, our timer has just gone off. It has been 15 minutes and we have been stirring every 5 minutes. And I'm gonna give you a shot of this granola. As you can see, granola has that crunch. No, well, it's not crunchy yet, but it's, it's getting there. So what we're gonna do to let it get crunchy is we're going to go ahead and pour our granola on this sheet pan that's been lined with more parchment paper. Now what this is going to do, it's going to cool that granola, but it's also going to allow it to turn crunchy. Now you could totally let this cool and eat it just the way this is because it is delicious. But I'm going to come back in 10 minutes and I'm going to add some additional ingredients. For me, I'm going to add some cranberry and white chocolate because that's what I like in my granola. But there's different optional add-ins. If you check out my blog post, I talk about that as well. All right, I'll be back in 10 minutes. It's been about 10 minutes and our granola is finished cooling. All right, so like I said before, you could totally just eat this as is. It's nice and crunchy and really good. I like to put this on my yogurt, and honestly, I really put this on my ice cream. So good. But I'm gonna go ahead and just add a few ingredients. I'm adding a nice healthy cup of white chocolate chips, as well as some dried cranberries. You could also add walnuts, pecans, I don't know what else, chocolate chips, regular chocolate chips, pecans. I said pecans already, right? That's all I probably would add to it. And just mix this in. My kind of granola. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to a jar so I can enjoy it later. But listen to that sound. Nice, delicious, crunchy granola. Made in your air fryer in literally like 20-ish minutes. All right, guys, until the next time, while I finish doing this, bye. I got some granola. Oh my gosh, that's good.